Hey, what's up? Mike from criticalbench.com here, and I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of questions and comments, people asking when should you use wrist wraps and what's the right way to use them, how do you put them on. So to answer the first part of that question, wrist wraps, I don't believe in using too much equipment or gear because it protects your muscles from actually getting stronger. So if you wear your wrist wraps all the time, every set, as you're warming up, your wrists are actually going to get weaker because they're getting help from the wrist wraps. So the time to use wrist wraps is not for every set all the time. What you want to do is wait until you're using heavier weight. For me personally, and this can vary, I like to use them once the weight is something I can only handle for 3 repetitions or less. So if I can only do the weight for 3 reps, 2 reps, or if I'm doing a max out, I will use wrist wraps. Other than that, I don't use them because I want my wrists to get stronger. You've heard the saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So what happens when you take the wrist wraps off? You want to make sure your wrists are strong too. It's just going to actually make you stronger when you do have the wraps on. So I'm just going to show you a pair. These are actually pretty long. I'm not sure if they're, might be 24 or 36 inch wraps. They're from aptprowriststraps.com, and I've got a shorter pair as well that I use depending on what the exercise is going to be. But you've got the thumb hole loop right here. So you put that on. You want to start this higher up on the hand, and you want to do this super tight, like really tight. So you start wrapping it around like this. Keep your hand closed as you're doing it. Bring it back around to the Velcro. And you see it's like halfway up my forearm, all the way halfway up my hand. And if I just relax my hand now, I can't even open my fingers. It's squeezing so hard. So it's definitely not comfortable, but this keeps your wrists straight. So when you're doing the bench press, for example, which is when I'm talking about using these wrist wraps, you don't want your wrists to bend backwards. So what this does is it keeps it straight, and it lets you push the bar in a straight line, and that's what you want. So this is how you set these wrist wraps up. Hope you find this tip helpful. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next video.